All right, pre-show shenanigans. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We don't take days off. We don't take holidays off. I actually really hope that Christmas is on a Tuesday or Thursday next year, so we have the Christmas day. Wait, we did that last year, right?
We did do that. No, wait.
Right?
I think it was on Sunday.
I think we did. I think we did it, or maybe we recorded on Christmas Day, which
But
is
I'm gonna I'm gonna have to fact
even
check this.
harder. That's
I'm gonna have to
way
fact check
harder.
this. I'm gonna have to fact check this.
No,
Hold
Everett,
on.
we get way more respect if we recorded on Christmas Day. Forget uploading on Christmas Day. Recording on
We recorded
Christmas Day,
on
a day later is so hard.
Okay, well we recorded on
so much.
We recorded on the observed Christmas Day holiday on that Monday, but Christmas Day itself was on Sunday.
Oh. Yeah, we don't get credit for that. But let's hope it lands on a Tuesday or Thursday next year. I don't know why, but and partly because you immediately looked down and it seemed like we had did that, but I don't know why. I remember we recorded some holiday. Maybe
we also fully
Thanksgiving's on a Thursday, so yes.
Yeah, that would be Thanksgiving. Yeah.
But like maybe New Year's? I don't know.
No, well actually
New Year's is a week after Christmas.
New Year's I was also in Dallas for the Cotton Bowl.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't that. Okay.
We recorded one episode. We recorded one episode while I was there.
Vivid memory of doing it on a holiday.
It honestly it could have been Thanksgiving. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in that case, I'm not going to give us credit because,
And also New Year's, there was no chance that we recorded that day because we would have known because of the Ohio State situation.
Yeah, there's no way I was recording on that day. No way. Oh, I mean, I know for a fact we didn't record that day. I remember what I did after the Ohio State game. Did not record that day. But happy 4th of July, everybody. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but I just want to say it's really impressive how JPP won a ring post firework 4th of July.
I think that 4th of July, at least in the NFL world, has become like JPP Day.
I'll be honest. So this is just
a
me thing. Like I've never lit off fireworks or anything. Like
I haven't lit off like the big like booming fireworks, but I've had like
buy fireworks, but he would light it off. But like I've
had
lit off a firework.
Yeah, I've had like the ones you throw into the ground. I've had sparklers and stuff, but I've never had like
fire snappers.
Yeah, I've never had the firework where like you literally like it goes off and it looks like a little rocket and shoots into the sky.
So recurring guest George actually has a hilarious video of him shooting fireballs at his brother like it's Harry Potter. It's amazing. It's so funny. Like
you might need to get special access to that. You might need to go request access to that video so you can throw it in here. But
is that legal too?
It's definitely not.
Of it is to shoot it at your friends.
It's definitely not legal.
Why else would you buy that?
You talking about the Harry Potter one that shoots out little paper? Yeah,
no,
that one.
Fire, like little mini.
Yeah, it shoots out pieces of paper on fire. Yeah, but it's a literal. They have a literal Harry Potter wand that you like a musket. Put paper into it and
the same function. Yes, but like designed as fire. Like I saw this for the first time when I was at like 3rd grade, 2nd grade. It's been a decade plus.
It's been around for a while.
So like, I mean. The kids these days don't understand what it was like back in the 2000s.
No, seriously, they have no idea. It actually is bewildering me. This is how you symbolize a phone, guys.
If I'm gonna be honest,
phone,
I think
right?
the worst like transition or change out of like everything and all that stuff is that the kids are accustomed to like large iPad screens and just big things.
Oh my god! Remember when we were kids? When we were kids, we had the.
I'm still repping like a 2016 MacBook Pro smallest inch.
But
like this thing.
I mean, it does. It blows up every single time you try to edit an episode.
I mean, hopefully I have enough storage today, or else.
Yeah, hopefully. You never know. You never know.
Check that right now, but go on.
You probably do. But we grew up with the iPod Nanos that didn't have a touch screen. You had the
forget that. I mean,
the bricks.
We grew up
the
with
literal bricks.
That we like Blackberries. Every parent was repping that, like
you had 2 if you were really, really into that business.
Oh, if you were a big baller, you had 2.
You had
phones.
The 2 Blackberries, yeah.
Is that 2 Chainz?
No,
I don't know who sings that song.
But you
2 phones.
Yeah, 2 phones. But it's like you would have the Blackberry, and if you'd have the one where it flips out, you have the keyboard that flips out on the side, and you'd have one like just dial up normal, just flip phone. Or if you were really bougie, you'd have the BlackBerry, but like the entire touch, like the buttons were on the front. It was all one with the screen. That's the bougie one.
I have no confirmation of this, but from Entourage, Ari Gold, the agent, who's very low key, the main character in that show, not Vince, and he's way more important than Vince in the story. But regardless, like my iconic moment as the agent, he just have the flip phone for clients only. Only
100%.
Thing only for that phone is clients calling him. That's the only thing that phone's for, which is just so ball.
Now, what I will say, you did not grow up in the 2000s unless you played Brick Breaker on the BlackBerry. Brick Breaker was the OG phone game. If you do not play Brick Breaker,
memories, Everett, I think you're gonna love this, and you actually can't relate to this because you're the oldest kid. So my earliest memories, I was like 3 or 4 years old. And I'd have to go to my brother's like lower school, like sporting events. You bet your ass. And my dad knew this too. The only way I wasn't going to like throw a fit and make a scene is if I got to play Brick Breaker. And like,
so
that's all I did for maybe 2 years every time my brother had
my story, which is timely because this was
I sucked at it too. Probably didn't even understand what was going on, but go on.
This was like 4th of July weekend for me when I was like 5 or 6.
Staying on the holiday,
yeah. And we'll get off the pre-show after this, but
we were on pre-show. We don't have much news.
Yeah. We were on the lake. It was the middle of summer. We were on the lake. My cousins were there. Family outing, right? We're boating back out
Lake in Minnesota, guys. It's warm there in the summer. People forget. Just want to get that out.
But we're boating out of the where I reside, where I live. We're boating out one of the docks there, and the sky just gets really dark. And
what time?
This is like 7 o'clock at night. Six.
Correct me. The sun sets at like what, like 7:45, 8. And
so this is like we're not at dusk yet, so like you can still kind of blast it, like you can go full speed, but because there's boating laws here.
Oh yeah.
So this is like, I don't know, like 5, 6 o'clock, whatever. It's really dark.
Light on the back, right?
We're halfway to the unnamed intern Straits, if you know what I'm talking about, okay. And that's a story for another day with whenever the unnamed intern gets revealed. But
yeah, whenever he wants to show his face and stops being a pussy. God damn it, I gotta blurb that out. Go
on. But we get halfway out and the skies turn black. There's a tornado that forms across the lake from us. So now we're hauling back.
Now this is gonna be a really uneducated statement. Tornadoes are on land, or is this like a lake hurricane?
So water can disrupt hurricanes, tornadoes, but they can form.
California, we just got earthquakes. Oh my God, Everett, finish your story, but I need to explain my earthquake story. I felt an earthquake for the first time in years last night. Or 2 nights.
Really? We had one when I was there a couple years ago.
I don't feel those.
You're just so adjusted to it.
No, like I just.
But anyways, we came back all the way. We were sheltering from the tornado. Tornado sirens going off. It's pouring. It's hailing. We're inside of this restaurant. Power's out. And I remember the only thing that I did for 4 hours. Power's out. It's me, my cousins, my family. Greatest thing ever, by the way. Went into the bathroom with all the power out. Great time trying to use the bathroom there. But played Brick Breaker, and it was fantastic. It's probably the best memory of playing. Well, in the bathroom, and then also outside of the bathroom.
Well, now that I think about it, I wasn't old enough at the time, or at least I wasn't tight enough with my dad where I could be like, "Hey, Dad, I'm about to take a shit. Can I get your phone to play Brick Breaker?" But I mean, if we're talking quiet quitting in the work environment, 2005. Oh my God,
Brick Breaker.
Toilet BlackBerry hours spent. Now that is a lifetime stat that many men. So have you heard like the debate, like at the end of your life, or
you get to see your stat line.
You want to see your stats, like what's a category you want to see? Toilet Brick
Breaker
hours. Put that on there.
That might be that's a great clip.
That is a bathroom games. Like, while we're on this subject, when I was in 7th grade middle school, at my school, we had a no phone rule. So you weren't allowed to be on your phone ever. So one of my close friends and I, he goes by Face.
Great name.
Face and I, every single lunch period, we would eat as quickly as we can. We had like, I don't know, like a 30-minute lunch in middle school, which I think is illegal. I think you should have a minimum 45-minute lunch in middle school. Minimum 30 minutes should be legal, but we eat as fast as we can. And like, I remember our lunch start at 11:50 and they'd end at 12:20. We were on those toilets playing Madden Mobile by 11:54 every single day. At least 26 minutes of Madden Mobile. And that was peak Madden Mobile with Odell on the cover.
Yeah, Madden 15.
Madden Mobile, like Madden 15, Madden Mobile, goated. The best Madden Mobile ever with Dree Archer as your fullback, and you got the +2 speed. I'm dropping knowledge right now, boys. But like that game was goated. Like 26 minutes of toilet time.
Who was the Jaguar Broncos tight end that year?
Julius Thomas.
Now yes, that was my tight end. That was my tight end that year.
Okay. I think I was rocking like a flashback Jeremy Shockey. You know,
I think I might have had a Vernon Davis too.
Might have bought coins for that. And also that era of gaming, of like FIFA 15 specifically and before, where you could just buy coins online, like, and then EA came in hard and just really struck down on the FIFA coins. But like even KSI, like FIFA 14,
bought coins,
15, yeah. Before every video, it'd be like, go to blank website to buy coins today. Like that was every single FIFA YouTuber. And so you could just buy coins directly. I mean, all right, this isn't a genius idea. If EA, 2K, any of them, if you really, well, 2K, they do it with VC, but if you really want to make money, just let players pay for FIFA coins. It's so simple. It's so easy to do. You can upcharge it back. You can make it $100 for 1 million coins. It'll be fine. People will pay for it. So yeah. But sorry, last thing, earthquake. Last thing in the pre-show. I felt an earthquake the other night, Everett, for the first time in years. Now, I've been living in Southern California, Everett, for 21 years and counting. And I would say before this earthquake, the last time I felt an earthquake was pre-COVID. I'd say it's been over 3 years since there was a pretty big one earthquake, like to the point where either things in my room are shaking or I just notice it. So
there was a pretty big one in 2021 when I came out in October, September. So I remember I was out to dinner. And
another thing I would say is that like if you're ever driving,
you don't feel it at all.
Notice it at
all.
No,
not at all.
And I've heard some people who've like at USC, like people who just came into LA for college will tell me like, we were driving and there was an earthquake. I'm like, no. You guys were just drunk driving. No. You were not experiencing a fucking earthquake. All right. This isn't San Andreas, that rock flop movie. Okay. Like, no. Like that shit doesn't happen. The big one is still coming though. Like, don't get me wrong. And so
yeah, you're going to be underwater.
A couple nights ago, it's 2:30 a.m. I'm sleeping in my bed, having, spending a little too much TikTok time. Like I already saw that one guy, wait, you've been scrolling for too long. Already seen that twice that night. So I'm still going. And I remember I was watching one of those Minecraft Reddit stories where it's like a Minecraft speed.
Yeah, they're doing speed run.
And they're just telling some Reddit story. And
that guy's making bank, by the way. Oh my God.
And
so much money.
No effort it is. You literally just get the story and you put the voice robot captions and just find it could be the same Minecraft speed running fucking clip. You just upload it.
Shit. So much. Great idea.
I might have to do that with my Granch69 alternate TikTok account. But I'm sitting in my bed. The story's getting a little boring and I'm laying in bed and I hear my desk start shaking. And
yeah, you're thinking it's possessed.
My first thought was, oh my God, there's a robber in the house. I need to go pull like a Home Alone moment right now. Like, what the hell?
I hope you would have gotten the content for the podcast, by the way, if that was the case.
Duh. If there was a robber in my house, you bet your ass we're filming.
You're getting a selfie with him.
I'm going to
like, yo, hey.
The second I see him, I'd be like, hey, can you pause for a second? I got to turn the flash on. Oh my God, we found. But I'm seeing my bed and my first thought was robber and it lasted for, I would say, a second and a half, which is really long, like really long. And after that, it stopped after a second and a half, but I could not fall asleep for the next
Dude, all I want to say, I'm interrupting you.
Just thinking that another big one was going to happen.
Yeah, you never know. The last thing before
cycles, I'm done. By the way, let's
start. Yeah, last thing real quick. If anybody uses microphones to record podcasts or anything, you know how there's the volume button that allows you to hear more of yourself, less of yourself, just what the microphone picks up.
Mm-hmm.
Brand and I have the same microphone. I have my volume up about midway right now, and I swear to God, I feel like a superhuman right now because I just heard an airplane flying in the sky, like miles away from my house, and I took my earbud out, couldn't hear it at all.
Well, there's I feel like the past, but I mean,
I feel like a superhuman.
Universal volume on, or that universal mic mode on right now, which is okay. I mean, it's fine. The people do want to hear what's going on behind the camera that we can't see right now. We want to hear, but that's the only takeaway I could have for that. However, yeah, probably maybe a bit too long on the pre-show, but what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode 131. Happy 4th of July, everybody. We don't take days off. NBA free agency is off and going. College football recruiting is off and running, and MLB All Star votes just got announced. The rosters.
NBA off season.
Yeah, NBA free agency up and running. So we got to start there. Best time of the year, literally more entertaining than the NBA regular season at a minimum.
No, quite literally. Outside of the last,
might say even the Western Eastern Conference Finals and NBA Finals of this last playoff. Some might say.
Not entirely sure about that one.
Some might say at least Western Conference Finals, but NBA free agency off with a bang. Not quite the big name players that we've seen in recent past. We're not going to get a 2019 NBA free agency again for a while. That was a groundbreaking year and also aligned with Kevin Durant leaving the super team Warriors. So it all makes sense. Every team was scrambling to be that next super team. So it adds up then. Right now, we seem to be in an era where, hey, your role players and dudes off the bench do matter. So
and
straying away
with
from
that
the 3-player $50 million.
With that also being said, and we won't spend I don't think we'll spend too much time on the NBA today. No. But with that said, obviously, we have the Dame trade, and we'll see how that goes because that will have a lot of depth pieces that go in that trade for wherever he goes. He's probably going to Miami.
Worth it if you're the Heat.
He's probably going to be Miami. And you'd assume Tyler Hero.
And it's a no trade clause, correct? So
yeah, but Tyler Hero, by the way, probably on his way out.
Oh, of course. And Jaime Jaquez, best player on their team. So
but rip Jaime, dude. That sucks for him.
Gone. That trade happens, he's gone.
Oh my god. So but what I would like to say and acknowledge is the Lakers have made monumental depth moves.
Yes, Everett. I have them all listed. You ready?
Fantastic. I am such a fan. Yeah, let's go.
Now I also have a list of all of our new $100 million men in the NBA and $200 million men, but we can start
did you add Anthony Edwards to that too, by the way? You signed one today?
Yes, I did.
There we go.
Would you like to hear the $200 million men list? We'll start with that before the Lakers moves, but here is a list of our new $200 million men in the NBA. Tyrese Halliburton, Desmond Bane, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. We got 4 rookies from that class. No Wiseman. No,
it's like the only notable one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who went 4, 5, 6. I already forgot. I know Ant went 1 and he got his. LaMelo went 3. He got his worth. The Desmond Bane, a little bit interesting, even though he is a bucket. Halliburton, very well deserved. I love Halliburton a lot. Everyone was clowning the Kings trade for that, but hey, it actually worked out. But yes, those are $200 million men. Here are the $100 million men. Jeremy Grant, $160 million with the Portland Trailblazers.
They're number one now.
VanVleet with Houston, $130 million for 3 years. And there's a little more on Fred VanVleet in a second, and we'll get to that. Kyrie Irving with Dallas, $136 million over 3 years. Cam Johnson with Brooklyn, older brother of Puff Johnson, who famously vomited on the court in the national championship game. He got $108 million for 4 years to Brooklyn. Oh my God.
Just
that
reunited.
Agent should go in the Hall of motherfucking Fame.
Reunited
God.
with Cameron Payne. Not Cameron Payne. Oh my God. Makai Bridges.
Yeah. The
Bridges.
boys are back. Yeah, I mean, shit. Cam Johnson and Mikal Bridges actually probably would have been better than Kevin Durant for the Suns. So that Kyle Kuzma, our very own Everett, 102 million, 4 years with the Washington Wizards.
Props him for getting the bag. Don't think he's worth that much, but all right.
Chris Middleton, 102 million, 3 years, re-signing with Milwaukee, and the very last one, our very own donkey from Shrek, Draymond Green, back with Golden State, $100 million over 4 years. Now, we could do some quick reactions with that. Let's start with the super maxes.
I'm not gonna lie.
Desmond Bane's the only iffy one.
Yeah, I think in general, there's not really much to react on any of these outside of Desmond Bane. Like, it's really not surprising that much to me.
Well, considering John Morant's outlook, yeah, you might as well lock.
Yeah, but look, I think the biggest news to talk about just with the NBA in general, and the only thing that really matters to us is really
Jeremy Grant getting $160 million. Am I crazy? Am I the crazy one here, Everett? $160 million.
You're just really putting the effort on that because you guys share a name, right?
No. Well, I'll be honest. I've kept a close eye on Jeremy Grant in his time in the NBA. I remember the run that he was doing on the Thunder with Chris Paul, like bubble Thunder. Yeah. I mean, Jeremy Grant puts in work. But $160 million.
They're trying to get in a post Dame world, and that's where it starts.
Now, shit. I would argue that seeing this contract is the reason that
Dame's gone.
Okay, let's pull the trigger. Now I'm out. Like now.
Yeah, I mean, look, Jermaine Grant is pretty. He's good. He's good. But is he 160 good?
$160 million.
I don't know. We'll see how his play works after payday, but. The only thing that I want to talk about.
Star on the Blazers next year, so
he
might average 25. Depends.
Yeah, the only thing that I just want to talk about before we move on really is just the fact that the Lakers have signed a fantastic offseason class.
Everett, we gotta go over what's going on in Houston.
Oh yeah, you got that.
Now, we just announced it, but Fred VanVleet signed a $130 million contract worth over 3 years with the Houston Rockets. And they partnered him up with his new duo, his partner in crime, our very own Dillon Brooks. $80 million over 4 years.
Don't forget Emeka Udoka is there too.
Yeah, or Ime Udoka.
Ime Udoka is there too.
Ime, Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen Green, who has made some
questionable decision
on Twitter recently. Speaking of Jalen Green, my mom met him at lunch the other day while she was in San Diego. So I have a video of that too, which if I really care about the people will be on the screen right now. But hopefully you just saw my mom with Jalen Green. But yeah, what's going on in Houston? I wish Brian Windhorst was here to explain it to me, but $60 million per year next season to Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks. I actually really liked what Houston was doing with, I believe it's Amen Thompson, not Asar. I believe he went first. With him,
yes.
Jalen Green, with Jabari Smith, Sengun. I really liked what they had going on. And you know what? I could understand, you know what? To a degree, I get it because those guys won't be up for their mega bags for a while. Some of them will. Jalen Green will. Sengun probably will. He might not get the mega, but they'll have to pay them. But yeah, you know what? The Fred VanVleet 3 years, not the worst thing. The Dillon Brooks 4 years, last year, we'll see.
Father Fred's he's not been great on the Raptors, but he's
I got
pretty
good thing on Fred VanVleet. So after Fred VanVleet signed with Houston, Drake, the lookalike, had something to say on Instagram. This is what he said, Everett. My lookalike, the love is forever. Thank you for your character and your contributions over the years. The city will never forget. good luck with everything on the Guangdong Dragons. I mean the Houston Rockets.
The Guangdong
yes,
Dragons.
Thank you. We have our Mandarin speaker, even though I'm the one who's half Chinese. Thank you. But that's one of the greatest tweets of all time.
Also, if our editor's great, that will be overlaid on the screen as well.
Yeah, but that is phenomenal from Drake. Calling out.
No, phenomenal. It's
comparing
great.
the Rockets to the Shanghai Sharks or whatever.
Guangdong Dragons.
Yeah, I did the city I could pronounce. Quick little edit in my head. But yeah, that's phenomenal. But yeah, phenomenal.
Drake. The only thing I'm going to shout out before I segment us into another segment, Lakers look fantastic going to next year. I'm still not in love with AD being there, and D'Lo. I think D'Lo needs to come off the bench. Personally, I honestly think Gabe Vincent is a better start. He should start. But it looks fantastic. Jackson Hayes
firepower off the bench too with D'Lo.
Jackson Hayes was a great pickup. Torian Prince he's average, but he's
have a pass with Jackson Hayes as a NOLA native, so you can really speak on him.
I've actually seen him before.
Multiple times.
Multiple
Jackson
times.
Hayes is a guy I remember where I was like, damn, like he was I'm pretty sure he was Zion's draft, so he was like a little.
Yeah, he came out that he was like pick 12.
Yeah. No, he was lottery.
But I have seen him before. But no, like he's a pretty good pickup at center.
And your boys with Zion, so I mean that's a different Pre-Show Shenanigans, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, that might have to be saved to episode 200. That has to be like big.
Austin Reeves, 56 million 4 years. Rui, 51 million 3 years. D'Lo,
massive. Also gives longevity to the team too. So that those are players that all are pretty young, competing for a while.
I hate to say it, but at the end of Austin Reeves' contract, LeBron James won't be on the team. So,
Austin Reeves' team.
No, like it's a bargain. Like I think the Reeves deal was a steal. Now the Rui, it could end up being a bit of an overpay. I'm fine with it because of what he was doing in the playoffs, but
I am too.
It could end up being
the realistic thing
D'Lo, I'm fine with for 18 a year.
It comes down to if AD is healthy.
Last year he broke a record for himself since the bubble. He played over 20 consecutive games for the first time since the bubble.
That is very depressing. That's really depressing. Okay.
And Gabe Vincent, 33.
The one unnamed thing that this is going to be our random collective segment here, right? There's going to be a couple things in here. First thing, we never announced it, but the absolute purge that the Order 66 that occurred at ESPN over the weekend. Lots of notable names were fired. Jeff Van Gundy, to name one. Todd McShay, your favorite commentator, I know from ESPN.
Me and McShay have a long past, so
I know you guys love each other. But just lots and lots of notable people. Max Kellerman finally got the axe. Keyshawn Johnson was the first one to go after ESPN saw that he took Justin Jefferson off of his top 5 wide receivers. I'm surprised they didn't pull the plug earlier.
I'm just saying, he had an excuse for that list if he just put Michael Thomas at number 1 because he's his nephew.
No, yeah, then you'd be like, he's making
fine, he's making his bias, whatever. But because they didn't add Mikey on there, it's like, ooh, yikes! Like
I'm just saying, look, ESPN. You're now looking for some people to replace these guys, right? These long-standing commentators.
We ain't going there. We ain't going nowhere. No.
You can talk to our unnamed intern, all right? But the only other thing that I really want to talk about is this might be the venue of the century.
It's also disgusting that Kendrick Perkins survived the round of cuts.
And now might be
great names on there that deserved it over Perk. But
Jeff Van Gundy. But
I mean, he gets hate and sometimes annoying, but shit. Who's his replacement?
Steve Young got fired, by the way.
Yeah.
It's
like, huh.
But
I mean, until they get rid of SVP, then I'll be coming for their heads. But
if Scott Van Pelt got the axe, I think there's no way. He's the only guy when everybody's done, when all the games are done, he's the guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
And for West Coast, it's even more prevalent because I'm
right
at 9 p.m. So
exactly. But this is the last thing that I have of the random segment. This might be the venue of the century, the event of the century if this happens. This might be the best thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
The Italian government has reached out to Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg of boxing in the Coliseum.
Yeah, no,
the first time a fisticuff match has occurred.
Fisticuff? I'm a little unfamiliar with the term.
Fighting match.
What does that mean?
Hand-to-hand combat to the death. But the first time a hand-to-hand combat event has occurred inside the Coliseum since Dodgers and Giants fans were let in the Great War of 2011.
Oh, of course, yes, of course.
But
Malice at the Palace, even, you know, it's been a while.
But I honestly think, would this be? There is no cooler venue in the world.
Biggest sporting event ever.
There's no cooler venue in the world to have a boxing match than, like, I don't care that this is Mark Zuckerberg.
One stadium that everyone knows, it's the Coliseum. We're not talking about that dump in LA. You know,
this shouldn't be something that is just specific to Mark Zuckerberg and Elon. Like, I want to see the top tier UFC matches in the Coliseum. Tell me that wouldn't be the most electric venue ever in the history of any sport.
UFC in there, it'd be
oh my god! Your revenue would instantly go through the roof.
Imagine just Conor McGregor versus Khabib in the Coliseum.
Inside the Coliseum.
Khabib would have killed Conor. He would have killed him.
I mean, if you're going in the Coliseum, you have to fight to the death. So,
well, I mean, that was implied. So let's just start with this: a Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk fight to the death. Everett, how much money will you pay on pay-per-view for that?
I'll make it all back on Mark Zuckerberg. So toss it up at 200. I'll pay 200 for that.
Okay.
I'll pay 200 for that.
I was going to say a firm 150.
Yeah, 150, 200.
Legal streaming.
But it's a I'm getting all the boys together. We're paying.
Oh yeah, split group.
$10, $20 a person.
Now, if it was split fee and you had a group of 10 people, I would pay 40 per, $400.
Yeah, 100%.
You know?
I think the whole thing, I don't even care that it's Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. All I care about is the fact that
I do.
I do.
Oh, I do.
Let me clarify. I do, but just seeing it in the Coliseum, just the fact that it's in the Coliseum alone is enough.
Okay. Let me rephrase, because I just thought of something even more entertaining. Would you rather see that, Musk versus Zuckerberg, or would you rather see like a Antonio Brown versus Vontaze Burfict? Like,
are they both in the Coliseum?
Yeah, in the Coliseum.
I'm not gonna lie. All right,
I'm just talking. Is the appeal of the Coliseum or the?
I'm not gonna lie.
Here? I'm just trying to.
I'm not gonna lie. I think that
we probably
Elon Musk,
Mark definitely could have a more exciting fight in terms of people. Is what I'm thinking. That's what I just concluded.
Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg probably is. I'd still think that it's more entertaining because Antonio Brown would do some antical shit that would end up ruining the whole experience. And Vontaze Burfict probably would still knock him out in one.
No, AB would take a dive like Jose Canseco against Billy Football. Like that's what would happen. He'd take a dive.
It'd have to be the GOAT himself, Barstool Presidente, and Roger Goodell.
Dave Portnoy and Roger Goodell.
Dave Portnoy and Roger Goodell. Portnoy. No disrespect, Portnoy. Dave Portnoy.
Yeah.
Portnoy.
No, Dave and him would be quite interesting.
That'd be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of matchups. Him and
do it for charity.
Lodgett, that would also be amazing. There's many things.
What? Hold on. Wait a second.
I'm interested. I'm expecting a really spicy gladiator match.
You're gonna love this.
Or else you don't have a reason to be pausing right now unless you have a Coliseum match.
No, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this.
Jim Harbaugh, Ryan Day. I'd be watching that. Urban Meyer, Jim Harbaugh.
Is Israel Adesanya,
Jimmy Garoppolo, Tom Brady.
Israel Adesanya and the 5-year-old that he likes to beef with.
Oh yeah, Israel Adesanya and Pereira's kid.
That'd be a great one.
Bill Belichick versus Rob Kraft.
Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers.
Yes. Vrabel versus his GM. Uh,
Kanye West and Taylor Swift.
The Steelers organization versus Chase Claypool.
Oh my God, Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph.
No, I don't think we should run that back. You know, for Mason's safety, I don't think. I mean, hey, we're getting off topic, but if he hit him with the crown of the helmet, I don't even know what would have happened.
We literally saw attempted murder on television. Let's clarify that.
Then, like dead ass, I have no idea what would have happened.
It would have been really bad. Let's clarify. We would have been. It would have been really bad.
Like, I mean, that was just one of the worst decisions ever made on the football
field. Oh my God, the people versus Dan Snyder.
Oh yeah. That one's also a very big one. But yeah. But okay, moving on. Got some MLB All-Star moves. So we got the full team. Instead of going over the whole team, that won't be too fun. It's more fun to just go over some players that didn't make the list. That's a little more fun. Just want to say though, Luis Arias did make the starting lineup at second base.
Did not get snubbed this year. I really wish I said before, that the TikTok we made about Luis Arias getting snubbed last year was still up, because I called it in that clip. But you'll have to go back and watch that episode if you really want to see. We have the footage. It is marked. It is stated Luis Arias is the greatest player ever, or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was one of like the first 50 episodes of the podcast. But fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, baller. Absolutely disgusting this year. There's that. But here's some snubs. So as much as I hate to admit it, because these guys are division rivals I'm about to mention, but I don't know how Fernando Tatis, Ketel Marte, and Lamont Wade Jr. didn't make the All-Star team. Them three are amazing. They are all extremely good at baseball. The Ketel Marte one, that one I feel extremely bad for, considering how well he's been playing recently. I also snubbed him on the June best lineup of the month when he really should have been on it. He had the best OPS for a second baseman that month. I gave it to Luis Arias, Everett, over him. But
yeah, I mean,
Ketel Marte should have been a reserve at minimum for the National League. I guess if I'm looking at the infielders who made it over him, no, Ozzie Albies, fucking disgusting and despicable and gross that fucking Ozzie Albies made it over Ketel Marte. Lamont Wade Jr., I hate your guts. I guess if we're just basing it off of the first baseman, yeah, Alonso and Matt Olson, maybe should have got it over Alonso, because Alonso's been hurt, but Matt Olson deserves it over you. But the Lamont's a little questionable. And then other guys, Wander Franco. I kind of thought he'd be an easy guy to give it. Like, pretty well known, very liked. Didn't really think there'd be any complaints, but no. Whit Merrifield got it instead. Now I have Whit Merrifield in fantasy baseball, so I was like, let's go. But Wander Franco deserved that.
That's like the unanimous name that I've seen from everybody is Wander Franco. Like, literally, everybody is like, what? This is like one of the biggest atrocities that I have ever seen happen.
Not starting, like, Bo Bichette's had a better season than him, and the starter isn't even Bo Bichette. I'm pretty sure the AL starter is Seager. Corey Seager's been on fire.
Really?
But
yeah, by the way, just to clarify, I have not been able to see the list of team yet, so I have no idea who got selected or who didn't outside of the Dodgers players.
Well, Everett, going back to our theory of don't trade away prospects, former Dodger prospect Josiah Gray, who was involved in the Trey Turner Max Scherzer trade, just made the All-Star team, his first selection. So you want to go back to that logic, even though, to be honest, he's been pretty shit, and he just got it because the Nationals need to get one player in. Every team has an All-Star, by the way, when it comes to MLB. This next one, David Bednar. David Bednar should have made the All-Star game over the other Pirates counterpart. Now, separate Pirates pitcher Mitch Keller, one of their starter pitchers, made it. David Bednar has been a top 3 closer in the MLB this year. I don't know how he didn't make the All-Star game. Anyway, yeah, those are my snubs. But moving on.
Yeah, the only
college football recruiting, Everett, unless you have more MLB.
I was just going to say we can talk about Chapman because he was one of your trade candidates, but
that's the guy who went to the Rangers.
Got blown up pretty much immediately by the Astros. But Yeah,
that was a guy I liked. That was a guy I liked. In terms of the other lefties on the market, I don't think there's any.
Oh, other thing. Just a little round of applause for Will Smith finally getting selected to the All Star game.
Yeah, our prodigal son, our golden boy himself, Will Smith, finally making his first All Star game. It's disgusting what happened last year. Until this season, Everett, there was no DH fan voting, and whoever the manager of the All Star game was, he got to select his DH. So, of course, Brian Snitker, the Braves manager, was the manager for the NL and the All Star game last year. So he put William Contreras at DH. William Contreras happened to play catcher that year, and they already had a catcher who made the All Star game. So Will Smith just did not even make the All Star game last year. Yeah. Anyway, though, on to college football recruiting. So some big news for Ohio State over the weekend. 5-star defensive lineman Justin Scott from Chicago committed to Ohio State. 6'4", 310. According to some things, I didn't confirm this, but he is the best defensive tackle prospect in the Urban Meyer / Ryan Day era. I think he's the best defensive tackle prospect Ohio State has landed.
That says a lot
in the
too,
2010s and forward.
That says a lot. I know, but still, that says a lot.
No, I know. Like, this was a crazy big win, if I'm going to be honest.
And that's big because your guys
that we were in on him in the
your guys' D line right now is pretty mediocre for what it typically is.
Well, I mean, it's all right. You just watched the Michigan game. It's all right. But I think Ohio State actually is going to have the best defensive tackle duo in the league next year. We'll see how Jack Sawyer does, but they have the best defensive end in college football next year. So it all comes down to Jack Sawyer. Jack Sawyer, be like Chase Young and Bosa. Don't be like Zach Harrison. Okay. Simple as that. All right. But yeah, there's some things in place, but Ohio State's been making some moves. So they picked up Justin Scott, and immediately after that commitment, multiple crystal balls landed in for the number 1 edge in the country, number 9 player in the country, 5-star defensive end, Dillon Stewart, got crystal ball to Ohio State. That is a player that I wasn't really expecting to come until the Justin Scott news. Before that, I thought he was South Carolina, locked up, done, and for sure. Now, after the Justin Scott news, anything is possible. According to my knowledge on Saturday, he committed Sunday. According to my knowledge on Saturday, we were not even in the race for Justin Scott. And then he committed to us. So with that,
look, Ohio State's picking up a lot of random guys right now, and
not random, big names,
but names. I didn't mean it like that. I'm more so like random guys that was not anticipated to end up going to their program, and that's saying a lot for not only the program's future, but
of the commitments recently. I've been hearing about them for months. Him out of nowhere, had no idea.
And that's kind of one of those things where you get that kind of pull, then other people are like, wait a second. Other people that have not committed yet, they're like, wait a second.
So let's get to the fun part, Everett. This is the fully optimistic Grant. And I'm the fully optimistic Grant right now after seeing Justin Scott when it comes to Ohio State recruiting. I think Dillon Stewart's coming. Number 9 player in the country. He's going to come. But that's my expectation. These are the ones I want. Number 7 player in the country, number 1 safety in the country, KJ Bolden. After the weekend, a lot of news came in that he is now leaning Ohio State. After his visit with Ohio State, he tweeted out, not tweeted out. It was like a recorded conversation. He was like, I had an amazing time. I'm beyond impressed with Ohio State. Like, I didn't know they were going to blow me away like that. So I think we're going to get him and the other 5-star from Buford. They're teammates in high school. Him and Edric Houston, both 5-stars, play safety and DN. I think we're going to get them both. Aaron Scott is committing at the end of this month. He's the number 1 player in the state of Ohio, a cornerback, which we desperately need. He's from Ohio, and his dad is a diehard Ohio State fan, Everett. Guess what day he's committing on? His dad's birthday. So, and guess what his recruitment comes down to? Us in Michigan. There's only 2 teams left.
Yeah.
So Everett,
if it's on your dad's
Michigan on his dad's birthday, Everett, no.
Oh my god,
he's committed to Ohio State.
That would be the biggest
if it does happen. Let's just say that might be the best episode we have on this podcast.
That also might be the divide of their family. That might be the last time his dad ever speaks to his kid.
Yeah. But long story short,
happy birthday, Dad. I'm going to the other.
I think this might be the best Ohio State defensive recruiting class they've gotten in a very long time.
Now let's talk about the recruiting class overall, though. Let's talk about the recruiting class overall and where that's going to end up standing at the end of the year.
So they have the number 2 player in the country, 5-star wide receiver Jeremiah Smith. I think he's going to be pretty solid.
I did not mean going through each player.
Number 19 player in the country, 5-star receiver. He's pretty good. So like they got offense too. If there was a concern in this class, it would be offensive tackle.
Gotcha.
Things to look out for if we're going to compare it to the only enemies I have my eyes on. The 2 tight ends we picked up in this class are both ranked lower than Michigan's tight ends. That's the only position battle that we just got fully beat at. So
that's not that big of a deal, though.
No, I know, but Michigan uses those tight ends a lot.
They do, and that's probably why they're there. That's probably why they went there.
Fuckers' names in years to come. So, just want to point that out.
But the only other thing that I had for college football was we talked last week about the Brandar Group and the NCAA football game from EA Sports, the whole TRO lawsuit issue going on. The temporary restraining order request against EA Sports by this firm has been denied. Everybody can rejoice. And finally, Brandar Group, whoever, can just fucking leave it alone. Like, we know that the courts are not going to help you. So
explain this restraining order. I'm a little confused.
It essentially stops you from using players' likeness or whatever until it's sorted out, or you just can't use it at all.
So not like a distance restraining order.
No. Okay. It's a business restraining order.
I was like, the players.
But that's the only thing I had.
Contact lawyers. The hell is this? Like,
just getting into, unless you have anything else for college football.
No, that's all I got on that.
First thing, I got a little fun fact for us today. All right.
Cool.
Little fun fact today. This is a Vikings fun fact. All right. And I think you're gonna love this.
All right.
Since Blair Walsh missed the kick, so wide left 7 years ago, the Vikings are now 50
years.
Been 7 years since wide left. Since Blair Walsh went wide left 7 years ago, the Vikings
Sorry, but does it hurt less now?
I embraced it like 2 years after it happened.
Okay.
But since he missed that kick 7 years ago, the Vikings are now 56-1 when taking a lead into the fourth quarter.
I saw this.
And it's the best record since 2016.
Yeah, that's crazy.
56-1. That's a 98.2 win percentage or .92.
On the flip side, I saw some stats of Joe Lombardi, or just the Chargers offense under Joe Lombardi. I believe while Lombardi was OC, we were top 3 over that stretch in first half points, bottom 5 in second half points.
Yeah, that seems like a small issue, right? That seems a little problematic.
Like the amount of times where we put up 20 in the first half, I'm like, damn, we're solid. And then it's like, well, I can understand burning clock, but we're not even picking up 1 first down. So I don't know.
No. We're just dropping 28 points in the first half and then letting the team beat us.
Essentially punting on second down. That's essentially what we're doing.
Okay.
A little weird.
A little weird, but that's why he's no longer your OC.
Former Ohio State head coach Jim Tressel used to like routinely punt on third down, and like the analytics would have backed it up.
Really?
Because his punter would down it like in the 5, and they had a defense that would not give up yards, and like statistically.
But why wouldn't you just punt it on fourth down and get it still within the 5?
Fuck that. Punt on third down, less pressure.
Fuck?
Everett, I don't even know what you're saying. Obviously, punt on third down.
No, punt down on second. What are you talking about?
Correct. Even smarter.
Right? It's a big brain plays. That's why you should hire the water boys for your play call.
Punting on third. I mean, that's Big Ten football, baby.
How would you react? How would you react if you saw Ohio State or the Chargers? One of them. It's third down. It's 3rd and 2, and they just punt.
Well, it depends on the field position.
3rd and 2, you're at the 35, the 40 on your own side. But it's 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2?
No. And they punt.
No, I'm saying like it's 3rd and 15. You're standing on your 35.
Okay, let's say it's 3rd and 15. It's 3rd and 15. You're on the 50-yard line.
10 and less, anything 3rd and 10 and less, no. I would be calling for his head. But there could be a scenario where it's 3rd and 11, and I'd be like, fine. There could be. Now, I'm saying normally no. This is a regular thing.
I probably
would like he did this twice a game.
I would be. I'd be enraged. I'd be enraged.
Okay, just think about this. Okay, Ohio State, their average offense, like their average play, is a 3-yard run or a 4-yard run. Like the average pass play is an incomplete pass, and if completed, it's like a 7-yard catch. Screw it. Punt if it's 3rd and 20.
So I'm just up 3-1.
Don't even take a risk of losing yards. Well, also at that time, if it's 3rd and 21, you're gonna run the ball.
You're look, all I want to say, third and 18, Vikings, or 4th and 18, Vikings converted. So,
well, we're talking Big Ten football here.
Yeah, you got Marv Harrison Jr.
I'm talking like 2000s Big Ten.
I know.
There was no such thing as
I know. I'm just talking right now. Okay. Top 10 underrated wide receivers in the NFL. We have 2 lists for you guys today. This is one of them. And we have one more. We're talking about year 2 players. Top 10 wide receivers or underrated wide receivers in the NFL as of right now. We're going to go 10 to 1 and see what you guys think. Here we go. What?
I mean, really selling the shit out of this draft.
I don't.
What you guys think?
I don't need to sell it because I already know they're gonna fucking love it. That's how confident I am.
I mean, that was the greatest introduction. Maybe
you're like, all right,
if you guys like it.
We'll see if you like it. Fuck this. All right, here we go. Okay,
let's go.
Here we go. 10 to 1. Donovan Peoples-Jones, Darnell Mooney, Jacoby Myers, KJ Osborne, Tyler Boyd, Michael Pittman Jr., DJ Moore, Tyler Lockett, Terry McLaurin, and Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, I think out of all those, while we were kind of coming up with this, there were some names that float around thinking maybe might be able to make the list. But the real takeaway while researching names is realizing how many players I thought might be underrated just suck ass. So Michael Gallup, bad. Hunter Renfrow, I've been trying to prop him up a little bit. Bad at football. Another guy that I was no, he was good. No, I can't say that name. I'm not even gonna say the name. But yeah,
Cortland Sutton.
No. I also give him a slight excuse. He's been really banged up.
Yeah, I give him that excuse too. I don't know if people have him overrated I don't know where he stands, but he is a candidate for this list.
Would you say he's just rated then?
He's just there.
Would you say
he's rated? He's just rated. He's somewhere in there. We'll see what Madden gives him. We'll go based off of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you think he's normally rated? No. Just say, is he rated?
Is he rated? Are you rated?
I'll be honest. I think
Grant, are you rated?
I think a lot of blokes over the pond, like if you say you like where you say I rate him, you say like I rate Erling Haaland.
It's pretty weird.
No, I don't like it at all. But
I didn't realize we're all EA Sports. What are the guys called that are on the sidelines? The ratings adjusters.
Chad Ochocinco?
Yeah, we're rating adjusters now, apparently.
I mean, let's be real. Chad Ochocinco, there's no way in hell that he's involved.
Peyton Manning's apparently a rating adjustment. Peyton Manning's apparently a rating
just
adjustment.
Just the face of it. He shoots their little commercial. That's what he does. He doesn't do that shit.
Are you rated?
Ochocinco does that shit.
Are you rated, Grant?
Depends on the category. Depends on the genre you're talking about. If we're talking about DJs, now yes. Talking about podcasters, God no. But depends on the category you're looking at.
So we're not rated.
No, I'm not rated.
Am I rated?
You're not rated either. The unnamed intern is though. Shit. He's doing well.
He's doing great. The bucket hats are flying off the shelves right now.
Yeah, no, he's on the list. Forbes 30 under 30.
30 under 30, yeah.
But yeah.
Surprising. I don't know what happened.
But top 10 year 2 players. Moving on. Underrated list. Yeah, you know what? Out of all those, I was thinking, you know what? I'm thinking Michael Pittman might be up a little bit. That's
I think that's fair. I think it's kind of a readjustment of where guys are on the list more so than who should be on it. But we'll see, because I always apparently immediately get flack for whenever I put one of these up. And they're like, how could you forget this guy? I'm like, dude, he's just not good. That's why he's not on there. Like they're like,
I look forward to a Gallup.
It's also my favorite thing where people comments like
sucks.
They're like, there's somebody comments like, I don't see whoever on this list. I'm like, yep, because he's not on it. That's why he didn't see it, because he's not there.
You're right. You pointed that one out. He's
like, not. Got that one.
He isn't there, but yeah, top 10 year 2.
Top 10 year 2 players. So that is players entering their second season this year based on how last year went. Not potential, not like where I think they could be this next year. This is strictly off of last year.
Like a fantasy outlook. I know you have some defensive players in there, but
not
stats-wise, performance-wise, like
not really. I think this is just overall performance last year, talent.
So if we were talking wide receivers, we're talking about what has the DC keeping up at night, not who's going to put up more yards.
A little bit of both. But yeah.
Okay.
But more so, like, is the DC shitting his brains out 5 minutes before the game starts because he doesn't know what's going on?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. 10-1. Brock Purdy, Breece Hall, Jalen Petre, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Linderbaum, Chris Olave, Tariq Woolen, Garrett Wilson, Aiden Hutchinson, and Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I would say overall, thinking about this list, I am an Ohio State guy. I'm thinking though, with Derek Carr, I've been reading up a little. I know Derek Carr well too as a Chargers fan, but I was looking at Derek Carr's numbers, and I believe he's like one of the worst red zone passers in the NFL. Not great. Doesn't have the greatest track record in the red zone.
No.
Now, for Olave's sake, now that kind of plays into Olave's play style. He's more of a stretch the field type of guy, deep ball type of threat. However, from my time watching Olave at Ohio State, I swear to you, Everett, there is literally no receiver in the NFL other than Chris Olave who can run a goal line comeback on the 1 yard line and actually sell it to the corner as if you need to fucking protect the fade route. I've never seen any receiver do it. Now, a lot of my opinions are based on Ohio State and Chargers players, but let's start Chargers. Let's start with the guys you know. Keenan Allen, I don't see him doing that shit. Mike Williams, fuck no.
The only receiver that
Mike Williams could never.
There is one receiver in my mind that really could kind of sell that, and it's Stephon Diggs.
I'm just saying that it's such a strange, weird route where the corner needs to respect a 1 yard line fade route. You're literally on the goal line. He needs to respect that still, but there's not many receivers that I've seen who can do that shit. Garrett, God no. JSN would never. Marvin, maybe in a million years he could do it. Only Olave. Olave is the only one I've seen who could do it. So that's one aspect of his game that I'm afraid of. His red zone game, which I'll be honest, there isn't much of, but now there really is none because that comeback game was his red zone game. Now it's gone. So we'll see how it goes on further.
I just think that by a talent perspective, Olave and just how he did last year with basically no quarterback.
I'm thinking more so production wise, because if you're going to knock him for anything last year, it'd be the touchdowns. And so
yeah,
I'm just looking at it from that perspective.
He did very well last year, and he's their wide receiver one. He's their honestly, I think he's wide receiver 1 this year over Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Michael Thomas is playing.
Never. He played 3 games? Everybody was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna have the resurgence year last year." He got maybe 2 games in.
I mean, you know my opinion on him, but
my opinion on him.
Yeah, that as well. But yeah, I mean, last year Olave 4 touchdowns. So
if there's you know what? That's still more than Deontay Johnson. So.
Oh, we're taking shots after Steelers today. Interesting.
0.
Okay. Nice. I guess
0.
regional beef with the Vikings, I guess. But all right.
The Steelers
shots. Yeah, Pittsburgh, Minnesota, little regional.
I guess they're in Philadelphia, technically.
Now, I wouldn't know this. I thought Pittsburgh was like West Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm stupid.
No, you're not. But yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm very
West
smart.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I always forget.
In Pennsylvania. England's in
you
London.
Always forget.
Paris Paris
is in France.
France is in Paris. Yeah. But okay.
But the Colosseum is in Rome, and Rome apparently in Italy.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, okay. Going back to the year 2 player list, I guess now, if Breece Hall was healthy last year, and let's say he just put up 1,300
he
yards,
probably could have been
him at number 1.
Um,
1,300.
First thing I want to say, by the way, that trio of Jets players that they got: Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson.
Oh, smash!
That is disgusting. It's disgusting. Oh my God, that's foul.
Now, I think there's maybe it was like Elijah Vera Tucker, but there might have been like another first rounder they had in there that didn't quite pan out.
Elijah Vera Tucker was 2 years ago, I think, because he came out in the same draft. He came out in the same draft as Christian Darrisaw, which was not a rookie last year.
Now, Darrisaw's what, year 3 now?
This year will be year 3.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, that's another thing that's very strange looking at just like player years. Like when I was looking at the underrated receivers list, I wasn't considering including them guys.
Maybe
I had to pull up Curtis Samuel in Paris, and it's like these guys haven't played Ohio State in so long, and like it's just crazy to think how long time has passed. You know, time's just a weird thing.
He was drafted in 2021.
Darrisaw?
Vera Tucker.
Oh, okay. Oh, so yeah, year before. But I don't know. I feel like some guys on there. I was like, yeah, damn. I don't know.
The Jets have a really their draft classes have been very good. Last year gets a little. People forget that Breece Hall was a rookie last year. People forget he even played last year. And the things that he was doing was disgusting.
Honest, if we're gonna talk about like draft just smashes and steals, now this could be maybe a list or something, a clip, but Everett, if I were going to rank like the most important positions in the NFL, like in terms of smash hits, like guys I just murdered on, I would say quarterback 1, 2, I would say DN 2, tackle 3, corner 4. After that, it gets a little
wide receivers, I think, are massive.
5. Maybe wide receivers are even up ahead.
Well, I think wide receivers are higher because you can smash on somebody in like the 6th round.
No, true. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm going to compare like a Sauce Gardner to an Aiden Hutchinson, I'd say DN's still a bit more important than corner. But like, I think Sauce is already like.
I don't know about that. I think
rushing the passer is pretty damn.
Yeah, but I think a very valuable corner like Sauce
true. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm saying if I'm comparing Sauce to Hutchinson, Sauce is a way better corner compared to the rest of the league than Aiden Hutchinson is as a DN compared to the other DNs. Sauce is way more valuable to your team than Hutch.
Also, I want to say is I had Sauce. All I want to say is I had Sauce going to the Lions in my projections. That's all I want to say. But
if I were saying, though, if I had a choice at Lawrence Taylor or Deion Sanders, maybe a little bit unfair because Lawrence Taylor is the best defense player ever, but give me the edge. Like, give me the pass rusher, Like, hey, Everett, this is all I got to say. If you have a lockdown, amazing corner, hey, it's tough to guard a guy for 5 seconds if you don't have a pass rusher.
Let me ask you this. Would you rather have Darrelle Revis or J.J. Watt?
Now, we're talking, well, that's different.
No, it's not the same argument.
Well, I would say Darrelle Revis' single season was way more impressive in terms of a cornerback performance than J.J. Watt's single season DN performance.
I'm asking you 2 Hall of Fame players.
I would say Darrelle Revis is just better than J.J. Watt.
Okay, Aaron Donald.
It affects the run game. It affects the pass rush. You have to double team him. You can't run to his side. If you do run to his side, well, -2. Darrelle Revis locks down one of
Deion Sanders or Aaron Donald.
I mean, I haven't really seen Deion Sanders, so I'm gonna say Aaron.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm gonna be honest, like,
you're getting to the real world players. You're getting Night Train Lane.
I would rather have the phenomenal pass rusher than the corner. I think that brings more value.
I kind of disagree on that ideology, but I mean, both positions are valued a lot.
No, that's okay. But I would say, like, yeah, like, even despite what I just said, Sauce is over Hutchinson.
Yeah, but that's also where they stack up in their position groups. Like, that's its own thing.
Darrelle Revis and JJ Watt, but whatever.
I think at that point in time, though, like JJ Watt was at a point in time where he was
talking the Revis Island Jets, where it's like notable receivers held under fucking 50 yards, like Randy Moss twice.
JJ Watt almost broke the single season sack record. You can talk Jared Allen almost did it too.
Lawrence Taylor versus that. Now we could debate. I would say Darrelle Revis' that season was the best single season ever for a corner. Now, once again, I'm heavily biased. I don't know the receivers that were playing when fucking Deion was playing, but seeing the list of
Jerry Rice was playing that, wasn't he?
No, true, but I mean, let's say Deion Sanders gave up 200 yards all year and 180 came to Jerry Rice. You know, I'd still be like 200 only. Holy shit. I don't know who we played against. I don't know.
It's fair. Look, I mean, the consensus is both positions are really important. It's just the way in which you stack them up.
Second and third behind quarterback. I put him over receiver. Remember that? I did.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Check us out on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and on Instagram at WaterboyPod. We most likely, and I say most likely, will be live streaming our Dynasty draft this upcoming week. If you guys want to interact with us, have any questions, want to subscribe, show some love or hate, whatever you want to do, you can find us there on next Sunday. So with that, you can follow me and Grant at Everett, at Waterboy Grant on Twitter. Make sure to subscribe to our TikTok, follow our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, whatever you want to do. And Waterboy's out.